The first round is done in the World Cup. Every team has had their match day. I love that phrase. I love that word. Everybody has got their first match under their belt. And we'll talk about what it all means. USA, USA, USA. It's been actually exciting if you've been paying attention. I don't think you have to be like Chip Howard, Mr. Soccer or anything. Coach G, 12 o'clock inside the Charles Schwab studio. At 1 o'clock, Rusty Burson, Aggie historian and author. He joins us, D4 Land Services hotline. Rusty and I, maroon and white. We got to talk Aggie basketball. We got to talk Aggie football. I'm sure Rusty and I will hit the diamond. He loves the Rangers. I love the Astros. And I tell Rusty, it's okay. We can all just get along. So Rusty Burson, 1 o'clock on the D4 Land Services hotline. There is more, but I'll explain as our time together throughout Thursday goes on. There's a lot more, actually. At any time today, do you have a question, comment, or opinion for me or Alan Ward, Coach G, Rusty Burson? Because you could text any guest of the Louie Bellina Show. It's not just me. Text your questions, comments, and opinions to 979-693-1150. 979-693-1150. You'll light up the Texas Mobile and Lube Express inbox. Let me know what's on your mind. Text 979-693-1150. Texas Mobile and Lube Express, where they say be good to your car, and your car will be good to you. It's pretty straightforward. How do you be good to your car? You take it to Texas Mobile and Lube Express. We're going to begin our day. It's actually like a tease. It's actually like a promo. Tomorrow is Friday. I won't be here. Caleb Rapoli will be here. He's hosting Fridays in June. I already know that a part of Friday, Caleb, Louie Bellina Show, he's got this listen in, and it's Mike Elko, A&M football head coach. Mike Elko was a guest this week on the Greg McElroy podcast, which, yes, we listen to a lot because I listen to him all the time at my desk. He drops about 2 episodes a week. And McElroy talks ball, and he's been doing his top 10 by position for college football 2026, and he talks to college football coaches all the time. And when I hear something I think that's great, I bring it to the Louie Bellina Show. Well, this week, Greg McElroy had Mike Elko, and it's great. And tomorrow, you will listen in, part of what Caleb has. I bring it up because it has been all over my socials, because Mike Elko's that good. He crushed the interview. I'm just telling you right now. And you will hear it tomorrow, Friday, on the Louie Bellina Show, which Caleb will be hosting. That's Fridays in June. You're going to love it. Let us begin. We have our National Championship Series, College World Series Baseball, North Carolina and Oklahoma. North Carolina was favored. North Carolina was the favorite betting. North Carolina was one of the co-favorites as the entire NCAA tournament began. Forget the seeding. I'm going by odds. Vegas, they know more than we do. Okay, not all the time, but generally. The Oklahoma part has absolutely fascinated me. They had the toughest road. They had to go on the road for the regional round. They had to go on the road in the super round. And they had to win the SEC tournament part of Omaha. Every team in this half of the bracket, Oklahoma, Alabama, Texas, Georgia. Did you know that Oklahoma beat the ACC champ and the 2 seed G-Tech in Atlanta to win their regional? Because they did. ACC champ. Then, in the supers, they went on the road and they beat the Big 12 champ, Kansas, to advance to Omaha. In Omaha, they beat the SEC champ, Georgia, twice to advance to the National Championship Series. So yes, the Oklahoma road to Omaha is by beating the ACC champ, the Big 12 champ, and the SEC champ. So there's no fluke. They didn't get lucky. Oh, look at the draw they got. And they have a clean sheet in Omaha. It is undeniable. It is very straightforward. And this Oklahoma team, many have argued before the tournament started, should have never been in. They went 14-16, sub 500, record in the SEC. They finished 11th in the SEC. Sub 500 record in league. And the SEC haters argued that, it was another example of SEC privilege, how the league is always overrated, that they get teams in that don't deserve it. I got a statistical or a factoid, whatever you prefer to call them, about the SEC, baseball, and Omaha. Oklahoma is the 5th team in the past 8 seasons that have had an SEC record of 500 or below that have been to Omaha, that have made it to the College World Series. 5th SEC team in the past 8 seasons that have made it to Omaha with a 500 or worse, sub 500 record. Oklahoma, 14-16 here in 2026. Florida did it in 2024. They were 13-17 in league play and went to Omaha in 24. If we go back to 2022, Ole Miss was 14-16. If we go back to 2019, Auburn was 14-16. And if we go back to 2018, Mississippi State was 15-15. And I understand, and I will even use the word, I respect how much it annoys other conferences, other conference fans, and how quote unquote unfair it is that the SEC is the only conference that could put 500 and sub 500 for sure conference record teams into the field. But you see this, right? 5 of the past 8 years, sub 500 and 500 SEC teams made it to Omaha. So they don't just get in and then get out. 2 and done. They go to Omaha. They win regionals. They win super regionals. So they're not just participants. The data, the on-the-field data supports sub 500 conference records for the SEC making the field, where it doesn't for other conferences. At what point when you see this, do you shut up? Do you just understand, yeah, there's a reason why this happens. And it's playing out in the games. It's not just, it's the SEC. It's not undeserved. The teams are backing up. 5 of 8 years, they go to Omaha. The Oklahoma run, it doesn't even make sense. But again, they always had the talent. What a time did they pick for it all to come together. They're like the anti-A&M. A&M teams, generally speaking, pick the worst time to be injured, be tired. One bad weekend. OU just put it together perfectly. And I find myself, let me ask a question if I could. Let me ask just a quick question. So with Oklahoma and North Carolina, I find myself choking on the concept and the idea of rooting for OU. And I got no beef with North Carolina. Love the school colors. I don't even know where the Tar Heel is, so I have trouble rooting for hate. So I have no love for OU. Goes back to the Big 12 days. They're across the border. Not a fan of them. But correct me if I'm wrong. I'm supposed to be going SEC, right? I'm supposed to root for Oklahoma so the SEC wins it all. And I could chant SEC after each game. And then if OU wins it, it's further evidence that you can be sub 500 in the SEC and you deserve. They should just put every SEC team into the NCAA tournament before the year starts. Announce we know the first 16 teams. Right? Wrong? Am I wrong? What am I supposed to do? Can I root for North Carolina or am I betraying the league? can I root for North Carolina or do I have to root for OU? Because rooting for OU, I feel dirty, like I need a shower. I do not want to root for OU in this one. We have some days to decide it. The College World Series, series doesn't start till Saturday. So if you want to text and help me my dilemma here, there is no universe I'm rooting for OU. But maybe if I chant SEC, I can justify it by myself going, you're not rooting for Oklahoma, you're rooting for the league. And then I can be okay with it. I can sleep at night going, no, you're not rooting for the Sooners, dude. You're rooting for the league. And what's best for the league is the best for A&M. So get over yourself. Yeah, I can do that. I mean, no, not really, but I can lie to myself, I guess. But I'm not rooting for Oklahoma. 979-693-1150. But I will say, in a sports professional context, this run is insane. I haven't tracked every College World Series championship run. But again, they were on the road the whole way. They've never hosted. They went to Atlanta, beat the ACC champ, G-Tech. Went to Kansas, and that's an OG rivalry, and beat the Big 12 champs in Kansas. And then in Omaha, they won the SEC tournament side and beat the SEC tournament champ twice. SEC tournament champ. The SEC champion, Georgia, twice. That's a run. I respect that as a sports fan, but I can't root for Oklahoma. SEC. 979-693-1150. I do want to stay on the diamond for just a little bit, if that's cool with you. Yesterday, the Astros knocked off the Tigers. Day baseball that you heard on the Zone, thanks to Kelly Burt Dozer. 4-2. Pete Lambert, no clue. No clue. Pete Lambert again. Oh, okay. I'm going to interrupt myself. We'll get into the Astros. Go, Diamond. A text message. Would you say it looks better for A&M if the team that knocked them out wins it all? My mind does not ever work that way. I don't think you get winning by association.
I am an absolutely idiot. It was USC.
Listen to this. Hold on. Go ahead.
I have been on vacation for 3 days and my brain is not working. So I texted Louie from the producer desk and I was like, hey, doesn't the team that knocked out A&M look better for A&M?
Now, share with people why that text message doesn't work.
And I got my abbreviations wrong. It wasn't UNC.
So the team that knocked
was USC.
Yes, the team that knocked out A&M was USC.
Yeah.
Not OU.
Well, yeah.
Or NC.
Right, but NC knocked out USC, so yeah.
See, folks, this is the level of assistance I get. This is the help I get here.
You shut up.
So in between you and Caleb, whose last name no one can pronounce.
Rapidly.
That's not right either.
Rapidly.
That's not
Are
it.
you serious?
Yeah.
I'm going to text him.
Did I do it? But folks, welcome to my world. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Gina. 979-693-1150. 979. That's the help I get. That's the text she sent. But even if the text message was correct, which it's dead wrong, I don't believe in the moral victory of, well, the team that beat us won it all. Who cares? Any sport, by the way, that's not a baseball thing, to be clear. I hate moral victories in general. I know they exist. By the way, I'm not so stupidly, blindly hardcore that there are victories of such a nature, but I don't believe in them. And when you have to use them all the time because it's all you got, it's quadruply to the 10th power exponentially bad. Okay? Seriously, too, on that. But the team that knocked us wanted us all, so we must know. Win or win not, there is no try, man. Win or win not. We'll be back, and I do want to go to the Diamond. Little Astros talk, and MLB in general, if that's cool with you too. This is the Louie Bellina Show, and man, are we just getting started. And with a bang, with great text messaging. 979-693-1150. If you could trump that, go for it. It's the Louie Bellina Show, presented by CC Electric, and it's Thursday on the Zone.
The Houston Astros play on the zone. Thanks to Kelly Burt Dozer.
Ray in South Texas, he had this to say. The Hillbilly Sooners are in the same bucket as the hippie Longhorns. Dang, Ray. I mean, you're just taking swings at everybody today. Can't we all just get along? Ray in South Texas said, the Hillbilly Sooners are in the same buckets as the hippie Longhorns. There is no universe I would ever root for the Sooners unless, of course, they're playing the Sips. Hoping for the rivals' demise always trump conference. Ray in South Texas. Now, you said something, set my radar off, caught my attention. You said, hoping for rivals' demise will always trump conference. Is OU, or as you said, the Hillbilly Sooners, are they rival status? Is that correct? I'm not saying they're not. I just never thought of it that way. I'm not fan. I have no love. Rival. Ooh. I know playing OU, it always meant more. Playing them, because they've always been on the S tier. And the sport kind of hasn't mattered. I've never enjoyed, and it's weird, with their fan base. I've some pro. I haven't mind some. Many cons. Their attitude, not Baylor-esque, not Texas-esque, but can rub you the wrong way at times. Due to hey, they've had the success to warrant some of it. But rival, huh? OU rival A&M. I know that they're one of those schools that brings just an extra something that you want to beat because they're on the gold standard. So beating them means more. You beat back in the day, a Baylor Texas Tech, it's yawn. That's a given. Beating OU usually equaled championship level. Rival, huh? I like that. Okay. I'm just not a fan of theirs. You can't find decent food in Norman. That's the kind of thing that makes me go, you got to beat them. Until they get a restaurant that's worthy, you have to destroy them. They do have the casino right between Norman and Oklahoma City, though. That's a plus. But even the food there wasn't good. So if you don't have good food, Lou wants you destroyed. 979-693-1150. Hillbilly Sooners and hippie Longhorns. Ray in South Texas chose violence. 979-693-1150. Is that right, rival? If the SEC knows this, when they do the realignment, because you know this designated rival thing is only for 4 years. Sorry, for this 4-year cycle. And then they'll reevaluate. And A&M's got Texas, LSU, and A&M's number one rival is Missouri. You asked the SEC league office, came in, gave you Missouri. They've done it again with permanent, and you still have Missouri. So according to the SEC league office, the A&M Missouri blood rivalry will never be matched. Do you think it could then be, and how would you like this if you're football? I don't mean as a fan. Think about the football head coach, and the league office tells you your permanent rivals will be Texas, LSU, and Oklahoma. Oh, gosh. How much of a raise would you need to be able to sleep with that? That's your designated rivals. As a fan, just bring it. But as the coach, here's your 4-year designated rivalry. Oklahoma, LSU, and Texas. Okay, I got to move on, but my head is spinning. Eric, the bartender, did bring up one of the horrific things about gambling in Oklahoma, and it's true. You have to ante to play blackjack there. They must be destroyed. Oh, yeah, I know. You better win, because that ante to play eats at your funds quickly, especially when you're playing the number of hands. I know. It's just when you need a fix. They do bring a lot of really good musical acts to the WinStar, though. 979-693-1150. Oklahoma rivalry. Okay, can I ask just a general question? Because on the Louie Bellina Show, we're allowed to just hang out. I'm sorry. Don't need a higher order purpose. But now that A&M's been through the SEC a time or 10 around the sun, and we do have the Big 12 days, and for others, the Southwest Conference days, who are the A&M rivals? And that answer could be sport dependent. Who are A&M rivals? I mean, Texas is not just the answer, but And I know there's going to be people, Texas and nobody else. That's the hard corners. That's the hardliners. Texas and nobody else. There's no oxygen for anybody else. But that's just not true. Texas is the capital THE. And everyone else does take a back seat or maybe even a trunk seat. But who are the rivals of A&M? Because LSU is. It's not quite what I thought it would be, but it is delicious. There are other schools that I'd like to say, but without playing them, it's just not true. I think you have to play because there are schools that could be, but if you don't play, you're not. You have to play, and you have to play regularly. When A&M and Texas played in those non-cons, the truth was there always. Even when you had the A&M people that wanted to act like a Longhorn and we don't need them. We're above them now. We don't ever need to play them again. That was always a lie. That was always a lie. But who are the rivals? Is it just LSU? Because the OU one still has me thinking, is it OU now that they're back too? I don't think so. I don't think Oklahoma achieves that level. But I know it's fun to play Ole Miss in anything. But I can't, it's not rival. I'm not even trying to hint at that. But it is fun. I don't know why. Their teams tend to bring a little swag and it's a little more entertaining to beat Ole Miss at anything, right? Arkansas should be. And maybe it stems from them being so pathetic in football that it affects how you feel about the other sports. Maybe I'm wrong on that one. Arkansas should be. It just doesn't happen, though. And it just doesn't take off. But they should be. Doesn't work out. I know they're baseball fantastic and basketball pretty good too. But Arkansas doesn't bring the juice like I thought they would. And I think it stems all from the football program being horrifically bad. Nightmare levels of pathetic. Who else brings a little extra juice to beat them? No, I think that does it. Oklahoma does. LSU does. Texas is obviously the one. The only one that's new in there is LSU from the SEC. The other ones were carryovers from the Big 12. And like I said, am I right with Ole Miss being one? Wouldn't know Georgia. You never get to play them. That's odd. That's odd. And you have no vibes to the other ones, like you've never played Kentucky or Vanderbilt enough to good or bad. 979-693-1150. 979-693-1150. Patrick said, I think Alabama in a way because we have been a thorn in their side. I'll tell you the thing about Alabama. A&M's got a couple of huge wins, upset wins. And, anyone else agitated by the memories of what almost could have been? If not for some idiotic coaching decisions. A&M did play Bama as tough as anyone, no matter what A&M's record was. A&M did give Saban fits. Even when A&M was going to be 8-4, no matter what they did in the Bama game. That is a truth. That is a truth. Even though the extra juice came from, I don't know. I don't think it was a rivalry between the two schools. It was just the fact that you got to play the number one team in the country every year. So I don't know if it's the fact that it was Bama and you were anti-Bama or same. It's just that everyone that played Bama, I think, got the same feeling. So I don't know if it was a uniqueness to as A&M versus Bama, but when everybody played Bama, they got the same feeling because it was Saban and it was the number one team. So I'm not sure. But yeah, playing the number one team and playing against the greatest coach in the college football history, every week that game came up, did have something. It had extra. It was exciting. And having some success added to it. But everyone that played Bama probably had a 90% similar vibe to it because it was Saban. It was a dynasty. But yeah, so Texas, LSU, and yeah, if we're going down that list, I would say OU and then Ole Miss for sure. Now, in other sports, there may be teams. I don't know every sports' rival and history. Schools that maybe pissed you off or things like that. So maybe other sports have a school like, in South Carolina, equestrian, that's like going to war. Don't know. But in general, 979-693-1150. 979-693-1150. You can light up the Texas Mobile and Lube Express inbox. And remember, the bar today is so low that you could basically text me, the alphabet and win, because my producer tried to text today, her first ever, and it was the most horrific thing we've ever seen. So just feel free to text. It's like everybody has a free pass after that. When we return, beer recommendations. Alan Ward of Brigadoon Brewery will join us on the D4 Land Services hotline, and it's his monthly beer recommendations. I don't know about anyone else. I mean, how would I? Don't live with you. But I'm thirsty. Don't know about you. If you're looking for some forestry, mulching, or pond construction, d4landservices.com. Maybe a metal building, a custom metal building from the ground up. Check out everything D4 Land Services does. Well, it's the website, and man, make it easy. Just use the name. It's d4landservices.com. It's the Louie Bellina Show on the Zone.
You're listening to Bryan College Station's home for Aggie baseball, the Astros, and the Bombers. The Zone. 1150 AM and 93.7 FM.
I got a quick text message. Alan Ward, monthly beer recommendation, but this text message, sorry, too good. Vinny just said, the only issue the Ags have with Alabama is that the Tide still owe us for taking Coach Fran off their hands. Can I get an amen? Can I get a witness? Oh, it's going to be hard to top that one. Oh, that is so good. So good. We're joined now on the D4 Land Services hotline, Alan Ward, Brigadoon Brewery. Alan Ward joins me a couple of times a month, and one of those couple of times a month is our monthly beer recommendations. And Alan, before we get there, my question of the day for you. It is getting freaking hot right now, and if you could recommend me one cool down beer, what would that beer be right now?
Allstats Kolsch.
Oh, I love me a Kolsch. Now, not all Kolsch's are created equal, because if a brewer kind of loses the flavor on a Kolsch, it goes ugly quick.
It can, and that's why Allstats is my favorite. They do a German style. It's like being in Cologne. You drink it, and it's just a really good hot weather beer. If you think of something more Texas, you could go Lawnmower from St. Arnold. That's a Kolsch style there. But I think Allstats get the best. And to me, you're right. I was looking at a hurricane here coming in yesterday, and today we have bright sunny skies and 108 degrees feel-like temperature. So it's fantastic. Good day for a Colts.
Oh, man. I'm just telling, and you know what I mean. So we get the rain yesterday, and I forget, here at the office, maybe it was Ryan, whoever, goes like, oh, it's rain, it's great. No. We're at the time of summer that when it rains, you pay on the other side. Everyone's like, oh, we need the rain. Yeah, but we don't need to boil, man. It's not a shrimp boil, a human boil on the other side.
And that's the problem. I stepped outside this morning and was like, I lost 20 pounds just sweating. It's horrible outside. It's early in the morning. It's not even noon yet. It's going to be horrible come 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, it's going to be nasty. All right. So the two recommendations is the Allstat Kolsch, which I think is cheating, by the way, because anything Allstat's pretty epic. And then what was the other one again?
St. Arnold's Lawnmower. That's a good quality hot weather beer. And the name's right in there. You mow the lawn, you get a lawnmower. And it just makes sense. Those two beers right there are really light in body, good effervescence feeling and carbonation structure, and it's refreshing and revives you. And they're two good hot weather beers.
And I can throw this in here. The St. Arnold's Lawnmower, I think, might be the ultimate anybody craft beer. Like, it is the ultimate drinking beer, I believe.
I agree. It's not offensive to anybody. There's nobody I've found up there yet, unless you don't like beer, period, that doesn't like the Lawnmower or wouldn't take a free one and they would drink it. It's just like all around good drinking beer.
And folks, if you have someone who's never had a craft beer, you have that one person in your group and they don't know what they want, just get them the St. Arnold Lawnmower while you enjoy whatever you want. It is the ultimate anybody can drink. You have this person who doesn't know what a craft beer is, and yet you and the rest of your group want to drink craft beer. They get the St. Arnold lawnmower, and then you order whatever you want. It is the ultimate everybody beer.
Another easy beer if you're in Bryan, College Station, drop by Blackwater Draw and get the Tokyo Rice lager. That's good.
Let us get to the June beer review, which anybody can check out at brigadoonbrewery.com. And it says June beer review. Just click it. It's kind of easy. So you can go back anytime, anybody, check out the entire beer reviews where he writes up his tasting notes. You can find where the brewery is, the name of the brewery. There's a click to the picture of the beer. By category, the grades he gives, which is a 1 to 5 scale, just so everybody understands. You can check out the categories, the grades, everything we're talking about at brigadoonbrewery.com. June beer review. First up, I saw on St. Arnold's socials, they joked about this, and they did a long list of things that Brock said back in the day they would never do, and one of them was a collaboration beer.
Exactly, and give Brock his due diligence or his reward or recognition that as a businessman he's gone back and looked at the statements he made. He's not afraid of making fun of himself. Yeah, he said they'd never do a collaboration, they'd never do canned beers, and he realized that the world wants cans, and now collaborations are just fun. The brewers love them because they get to go to another brewery and visit with other brewers, get other ideas come in and out, and the customers like it too. You get a new taste on things, but. Yeah, if you haven't seen that video online, go check it out at St. Arnold's page on Facebook. It's hilarious because having known Brock, I've heard him say these things in person, and now he's biting his words and all the way to the bank. He's biting his words.
So first up is a collaboration beer between St. Arnold Company and Parrish Brewing. Parrish is out of Broussard, Louisiana. It's a West Coast double IPA.
Yeah, they did the Sinners and Saints series here, and I have not had the other one, which I've had friends had it, and the other one's a hazy, which I told is great for hazy, but I don't like hazies. What I'm reviewing today, though, is their West Coast double IPA, and I'm going to tell you, they sat down and made a great beer. It's a double IPA, so it's 8% alcohol. It's got that great backbone to it. A little bit of haze, no haze, no sweetness to it all. Just a pure, righteous hop character, dry, snappy finish. It leaves you wanting more. And it's got Mosaic Simcoe hops in it. To me, this is a great. I wish they made this a year-round release. This is awesome. I got a 4.6 overall. But if you like double IPAs, you like West Coast styles, this is one to get it now because it's not going to be available forever. Hats off to both of them. They did a great job on this series.
You continue your IPA roll with a modern West Coast IPA, and it's from Chico, California, Sierra Nevada West Ghost IPA. Great name.
Yeah, I had this twice now, and this is a really good modern West Coast IPA style also. It's got a great fresh take on the aggressive hops up front. It's got a malt finish to it. It dissipates quickly in your mouth. A hauntingly hoppy, ghoulish taste to it. That's where you get the name from it. And if you see the can, I put a picture of the can on the website also. And all these are posted online. If you go to the top of our Brigadoon Brewery page, you click on it, it takes you to the current one. They got a Ghost on there. This is make clear pills, 2-row, Amarillo Citro, Idaho 7, which is a hop's being used more often now, and a Magnum yeast, hops with an ale yeast to it. It's 7.2%. So both these last two here are not things you want to drink a lot of and drive somewhere. But this is a great beer also. It's really refreshing. Like I said, I love West Coast IPA styles, and these last two here are great examples of them.
I will say, I clicked on the can, right? That's a collectible. That is a collectible can. And for those
just the can,
you can go to brigadoonbrewery.com, click on June beer review, and check out the can. But if you don't, it's this like lit up ghost, and the ghost is so cool looking. The can, the what do you call it? The style of writing on the can is awesome. Like everything about it's perfect.
Yeah, who did the artwork for this can? You're right. This is when you want to collect from the wall. It's cute and it's well done. Not overly. It's not too busy. But it's a great can.
No, it's fantastic. And I don't even do IPAs. I would buy a can and keep the can. I never drink the beer.
And there you go.
Next up, you're in one of my favorite styles. I love lagers. I have come to find that generally, if it's a lager, after that, the what doesn't matter. I love lagers, but it's an American lager from down in Taylor, Texas Beer Company. It's the Dillo beer.
Yeah, this is Dillo, and they got armadillo on the can. I didn't put a picture of the can. It's got armadillo in black and white. It's a regular armadillo. But it pours great, gets good head maintained throughout the entire session. And to me, that's important. I like the beer that it pours to the head, and you got to maintain a little bit through the entire time. It's got a slight floral lemon taste, which is not uncommon for some lagers. They have a Pilsner malt and German noble malts, where that lemon flavor is coming from out of there. It's not lemon, just a lemon-esque flavor to it. It's got a great flavor to it. It's an American lager. It's easy drinking. It's 4.2% alcohol. This is a beer that's good for a ball game or a barbecue. I gave it 3.6 overall because, after all, it's not a fantastic lager, but it's just a good standard lager. And keep in mind that 3 is a passing score, and you don't need to B average. 3.6 is a high B there. This is a great barbecue beer.
So would this fit into the original, like, summer drinking beer where we started?
It might, but I would tell you that this one is a little heavier, whereas the Kolsch and the Lawnmower are lighter in body. Then this has got a little more mouthfeel to it, a little more malt to it. To me, if you want a hot beer, you want a more crisp flavor to it. But taste buds do differ, and this might actually go into that. If you like that kind of a heavier flavor to it, yes. I want something lighter in body when it's too hot.
And I want me some lagers. We're visiting with Alan Ward, Brigadoon Brewery on the D4 Land Services hotline. We're getting our monthly beer recommendations, and you could check these out later because, like, 2 days from now, you might be like, I want a beer. Louie was running his mouth. I can't remember a thing. Go to brigadoonbrewery.com. June beer review. See it right at the top. brigadoonbrewery.com. Next up, one of my favorite. This is definitely a beer drinking style. It's a blonde. When did you go to Minneapolis, Minnesota, Surly Brewing, and the name of the beer is nice?
Yeah, I've not been in Minneapolis this year. I was there about 2 years ago. I love the brewery. If you get a chance in Minneapolis, go by the brewery and visit. They got a fantastic tour, and they got a great facility there. Got good food right next to the distillery. But I got this actually at a place in Houston called Watershed. They had Surly on. I like Surly beer, so I tried it. The blonde, it's 4.5% alcohol. It's got good head retention. They got North Star Pills, pale wheat malt in there. It's citrate malt in there. It gives a little character to it. Terrafoam gives it a little bit of color, and it gives a little mouthfeel to it. It's not a bad beer. I give it a 3 overall. My problem with this beer is you name a beer the nice beer, and you extenuate the nice. I want to be blown out of my socks on this. I wouldn't blow out of my socks. It's still a good beer. It's good drinking beer. It's okay for a blonde if you like the blonde style, but I really like Surly's beer. I was kind of maybe underwhelmed by this beer, but, it's a nice beer. It's 3. It got a score to average beer, but Surly beers themselves are really good.
And at 3, people have to remember, scale is 1 to 5, so 3 is a C. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing overly right. You don't have to drink it. If someone handed you'd have a good time drinking it, but you don't got to go out of your way.
And there's almost 0 hops to this. If you're not a hop lover, you could drink this beer without a problem. Like my wife does not like hops at all. So it has 0 hops in it. She will drink it. When I say 0 hops, there are some hops in here, but there's not enough to make a flavor profile out of it.
Our final beer up for our June beer reviews is a Kolsch style. We already talked about Kolsch's. Down in Houston, I've been to this brewery. I'm kind of a fan of theirs, as a matter of fact. Eureka Heights and the name. Love it. Uno poquito más.
Yeah, great name in a bar. I mean, right away, you got the beer whether you ordered it or not. You order one more beer, and there you go. Great name. Packaging's good also. He's got a little duck on there, and he's ordering. Great Spanish use of Spanish language there. Pours good. The head dissipates quickly, but that's because of the salt and lime inside there, I believe. They said this is a salted lime beer, and give them credit. The Snozberries only participated. They were a main up front here. It's all about the salt, all about the lime. They use churro, Vienna malt in there, and a Terrafoam, Hirschberger hops. My problem is a Kolsch style. And I think the lime and salt overpower the Kolsch flavor to it. And all I could taste was the Kolsch and lime. That means salt and lime in here. And to me, I want the Kolsch, I want that effervescence to fill in there. If you like, a lot of Mexican beers are served with lime and salt. And if you like that kind of style and structure, this is for you. To me, I gave it a 3 overall. It's 5.1% alcohol, 15 IBUs in it. It's okay for the style, but the Kolsch style, I really am harsh. And I really like Kolsch's. To me, this beer screams being made into a marinade for chicken fajitas. Call me crazy, but pull the chicken in, let it sit overnight, and then cook it.
But that has value. I actually love the fact you put that in your recommendation, that if you're looking for a marinade for chicken fajitas, this is the beer for you.
That's the first thing I thought about. Man, this is way too salty and lime. Wait a minute. Put this in some chicken overnight in a bag, and I'm going to grill this the next day. It'd be fantastic. If you like lime and salt, I'm not a big person putting salt in my beer. Lime, I'll put some in Vienna lagers. I think a good lime goes in that. Negro Mandela with a lime is fantastic. But to me, the lime and the salt take the front stage, and they do label on the can, so they're being truthful. It's just not a Kolsch to me. But, here you go. Good for heated beer. If you like salt and lime, this is your beer.
I don't need to doctor my Kolsch's. If it's good enough, it's good enough. I don't need the extra, and has nothing to do with uno poquito más or anything else.
And that's the thing with me. I don't like salt in any of my beer personally. Lime, I will. And I touch a lime. But this beer, the underlying Kolsch, I bet it's fantastic. And the label is fantastic. The name is awesome. I just wish there was a little less lime and no salt for me.
Alan Ward of Brigadoon Brewery. He joins me a couple of times a month, and one of those couple of times it's the monthly beer recommendations, which are available now at brigadoonbrewery.com. June beer reviews right across the top. Alan Ward joins me on the D4 Land Services hotline. Thank you, brother. Always appreciate it. What do you got going on at Brigadoon for June?
Right now, I'm ordering hops and grains so we can start brewing in July. I'm fixing to do a roof at the booth at the Fenner Renaissance Festival. Our front-facing roofs on both buildings, I need to have new, fancy, expensive shingles. Isn't that exciting? So we're going to roof next week. Yay!
Man, you're living that life. Wow. I hear all that, and I'm like, woo! Living that life, brother. Living that life. Hey, be awesome, man. Thank you always.
Take care, Louie. See you soon.
Later. Alan Ward of Brigadoon Brewery on the D4 Land Services hotline. When we come back, man, first hour, done. It's the Louie Bellina Show, Thursday on the Zone.
The Louie Bellina Show. Dial 979-693-1150. Hello. To visit with him. Hello. Or to win. Hello. On the D4 Land Services hotline. Dial 979-693-1150.
Every team has had their first match day. I just want to use the phrase match day as much as I can. I think it's epic. And we'll talk about USA and, just World Cup with Coach G, 12 o'clock inside the Charles Schwab studio. In uncertain times, Charles Schwab remains invested in their clients by offering personalized guidance and clarity. How could someone like Charles Schwab do that? They're like New York, LA. No, Mark Sim is Charles Schwab. He's our local right here in College Station agent representative, and you walk through the door. You sit down, you look him in the eye, you shake his hand. Personalized. Contact Mark right here in College Station. Get answers to your questions. Just go learn more at schwab.com/College Station. So Coach G at 12, Rusty Burson, Aggie historian and author at 1. And I still got some surprises between now and 2 o'clock. And of course, always the day of the week and the time is not relevant. Text messages are welcome at 979-693-1150. A&M rivals. That word is OU one of them. I'm not sold on it, but LSU, A&M, and I know I like to beat the hell out of Ole Miss too. That's for sure.